Very cool, Cameron. Thank you, Jed. It looked like they had some nice weather out there at the Cowboy Museum.
Yeah, it turned out to be a nice weekend. You bet you had a nice dry weekend across Oklahoma. There have been some rainfall here in the recent week, and this is really great news to talk about because it's been so bone dry. You know, from late April into early parts of May, we really done pretty well in the rain department. 1 inch of rain last week. That's still way below what's normal, but we still have the rest of the month to go. We're just a little bit above for where we're at right now. So 1 inch of rain is good for early parts of May. Now this is just looking at a calendar month. As we look back here, we can see the amount of rain where we're at over the last month. We're close to being near or below normal over the last month. We'll put it 0.37 below normal. See these areas where there's no color? Those are areas that are actually above normal. So most of the state still below normal over the last 30 days. But we've done really good in the last week to bring that rain. And guess what? More rain chances are on the way. You know, the rain we had last week has helped increase those dew points. Dew points are up where you see those 60s across East Oklahoma. Very humid to muggy conditions. West Oklahoma, your humidity is down a bit, so it feels more pleasant there. Oklahoma City, right there, kind of splitting the difference here this morning. We've got a cold front in northwest Oklahoma. It's kind of just stalling out right there. That'll stay up that way today. Most spots out ahead of it will heat back up. We'll be back up in the 80s to near 90 again today. 62 south winds right now at 8 miles per hour. Very pleasant out there this morning. Looking at our report from Oklahoma City, temperatures again will be warming back up. Got some 80s and some low 90s today. 68 here this morning, 76 by 10 o'clock. We'll be up around 80 at lunchtime today. That UV index does climb very high, up to a 9, so get that sunscreen on if you will be out and about today. 85 at 2, and then 88 here at 4 o'clock, and we'll start to introduce a storm chance going into this evening hours today. Here's your futurecast. Really, for the most part, much of today does look dry, although there may be a stray thunderstorm chance. You can see from southwest of Altus up through Clinton, Enid to Ponca. This is going to kind of be the area out ahead of that dry line of that cold front where we'll monitor the chance of a storm. And this takes you about 8 o'clock, and you see maybe a few localized or stray type storms possible. Those can produce a quick burst of some hail, a little wind, lightning, and a heavy downpour too. So if you get underneath one of those, that'll be a factor. The storm chances will transition up into northern and northeast Oklahoma overnight tonight. We'll have some heavy rain, some lightning, and some storms there. And then as we go into tomorrow, most of those will be up in northeast Oklahoma tomorrow morning, and then a few more going into tomorrow afternoon in northwest Oklahoma and the far parts of the Panhandle going into your late day hours tomorrow. But most spots here in the central part of the state do look dry into tomorrow. So again, it's going to be a warm one today, mid-80s to near 90 for most locations today. Normal high is about 76. We'll be climbing a little bit more than 10 degrees above what's typical for this time of the year. Again, we'll track a storm chance. Now you see this here. It's not necessarily going to be widespread. It's going to be very isolated in nature. Golf ball size hail. Winds to about 65 are the main story here coming up today, and some areas where the rain chances pockets will be a little bit higher late today into tonight across southwest up here into north central, northeast Oklahoma. Elsewhere, chances obviously are very limited. And as we go into later tonight, after midnight into Tuesday morning, chances shift over into east and northeast Oklahoma as those storm chances again look best up in the northeast parts of the state. Temperatures tonight dropping off, some 60s, some low 70s around, very mild conditions waking up tomorrow morning, kind of muggy. And then some 80s to near 90 once again heading into your Tuesday. As far as rain chances go, the next 9 days, opportunity for rain is going up. And we're going to see a lot of areas with some rainfall. The northwest part of the state probably have the least chances of measurable rainfall. Elsewhere, central, southern, into east Oklahoma, some higher amounts and a few spots could get up over 2 inches of rain. Because if you look at this 9-day forecast, there are a lot of chances showing up. And they'll take you on through your Mother's Day weekend. We'll go out of the 80s, back in the 70s with some scattered storm chances that'll be off and on into next week. So more rain chances on the way.